What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Just me, Trash Salsa, and I cannot wait to make this video because it's going to be really cool. Today we're doing the top 5 worst muscle cars in Burnout Legends. I just did the best ones, and there's a lot more best cars than there is worst ones. Believe it or not, some of the worst ones aren't even that bad. But the bad worst ones are just total trash. So I love complaining and, making fun of bad things, so this will be really fun. So, it goes from kind of worst to number 1 being like the worst. So at number 5 in the lukewarm, not as bad as the other ones, we have the Muscle Cop. Now, I really like this car, believe it or not. It looks cool. It's, it's with the Dominator. It's got that design, and it's got the, it's in the Dominator style family. So, but the problem is like they just crapped on this car. Like the handling and everything is just so bad. The handling and the drifting are so bad. It's slow. Like the cop car should be pretty good. It's not as bad as the compact cop, but this one still is like, what are you doing? And they mess up this car. Like it only goes up to like gear 5 or something, gear 4 or 5. Like it doesn't gear correctly. You'll see what I mean. See? It only shifts like 3 or 4 times, and that's it. Acceleration's pretty bad. That's really loud. That's another thing. It's so loud and annoying. The acceleration's pretty bad. If you look here, it's taking forever to go up. If I boost, the boosting takes forever. I mean, why did that take so long? I mean, look at this. Watch the boost. And it takes way too long, dude. And the handling it's not terrible. The initial handling, because it's, got the genetics of the Dominator, and that's about the only thing I got from it. But it's like the turning in general when you're boosting is so bad. Like, look at this. Like, I'm trying to turn, and it's just like, boom, slam into a wall, even though I drifted early. Like, I can't even not hug the wall. Like, the car just wants to slide into everything. It's got zero control here. But the turning is so slow, and it's like, what is happening? You know what I mean? Like, I'm hitting the turn right now, and it's just going straight. Like, what is happening? There you go, see? So, that's at number 5. That one's not even really that bad. There are worse cars out there. But the number 4, so the number 4 spot. What is worse than the Muscle Cop? This is going to make some people sad. The Collector 5. Now, I feel like this car is more broken than it is just bad. I feel like there's something wrong with it. Like the programming or code, whatever. Like, you'll see what I mean. It only gears 3 times. Now, when I got the Collector cars, I made a video on me testing them all. And this one was like, what is happening? I was like, what is going on? It models after the Classic Legend, which is actually on the best list. But even though it's got the genetics of the Classic Legend, it doesn't have the same properties. It still is kind of trash. I don't know why. I'm kind of disappointed, but... See? That's it. So I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. First of all, the braking was just terrible. What was that? The handling's pretty good, but that's about all this car has. All right, now watch. From 0, I want you to hear the car shift. Just listen for the, weird shifting sound. And this car, for some reason, the acceleration just stops at, 125 miles an hour. I don't know why. It just stops accelerating at that spot. I don't know why that's like that. That's why I think this car is broken. But just watch. I mean, that was it. I geared 3 or 4 times. 124. It won't go any higher. So 124, it's stuck. But if I boost, which the boost acceleration is terrible, now it's at like 140. I can't get it any higher than 140. Besides if I'm on, like, you know, straight away. So the boost acceleration is total trash. And the drifting, I mean, look at that delay. I mean, what is this? And then I can't stop the drift either. It just keeps going. See, I'm just sliding everywhere. Like, the response time is so bad. However, if I'm just driving normally, the handling's pretty good. Like, that's all this car has going good for it is just the regular handling. And I don't know, I just like lost control right there. I feel like they broke this car. I don't know why it accelerates to 124 and just decides, oh, that's it. Then when you boost, it's like, I'm going to take my sweet time. So don't ever take that car for a race because you won't win. So that is the number 4 spot. Now, from here, it gets a little pretty interesting because, like I said, the Collector 5 was a surprising one to be on the list. I didn't even really want to put it on there because it's, you know, Collector 5s are difficult to get. But, and the number 3 spot, we have the Legend J Muscle. Now, this thing is just trash. It's ugly. It drives like garbage. I've said this in all the other videos, but style and paint job, I don't account for because it's opinion. I go by performance, but I mean, that's just, again, just to add to it. I mean, what is the paint job? What is that crap? What is this weird flag trash? And it's like red and white. Like, what is that? And the car is, I mean, I know it's from Burnout too, and it was, you know, kind of primitive, but still, it's just stupid looking. And the handling is so bad. It's so slow. It's sluggish. Like, again, acceleration's terrible. I'm boosting. It's still not 160. Still finally there. I'm gonna have to mute that because that's annoying. I go to drift and it's like, it kind of hesitates. Like, do I want to drift? I'm like, yes, do it. And then at that point, like, the drift is like too sharp and I can't. Now, before you say anything, well, you're just being picky. Well, go watch the top 5 best muscle cars. And when you get to the Dominator, you're gonna be like, oh. And not even the Dominator, but the other 4 cars on the list. You'll be like, oh. I mean, what was that? I tried to drift, and it's just like, no, not today. And the handling, the response time is slow. What is this? It's just slow. Like, go faster. And you look at the acceleration. It's like, Like, this car is, like, obese or something. Like, it's already tired and doesn't want to do anything else. So, that car is trash. And because the handling's so bad, like, even if you were to do boosting or something, like, in a race, you would boost and probably just crash in the wall. Now, the next 2 are pretty much weird. I'm putting the Type 1 at number 2. Because it's like the Legend J, it's about the same. I mean, it's got pretty much the same thing, except it accelerates even slower, and it's all the old-fashioned cars seem to be kind of bad, besides the classic Legend. Like, the handling's pretty good. I'm gonna admit that. It's pretty good. The acceleration's poor. That's poor. When I'm boosting, no control. Like, I can't even, I'm stuck to the wall. Like, I cannot control this car. It just wants to hug all the walls. And it's so slow. Like, look at that. I'm trying to turn and it's just not. Like, look how slow I'm going. Like, that's just... Again, look at the top 5 best cars and you'll be like, oh, yeah, you're right. Because they don't do this. Now, for the number 1 worst muscle car, hands down, shadow without a doubt, the Collector 2. You're probably like, well, that's the same car. That's not fair. It's the same car, but somehow they managed to make the handling even worse. I don't even know how you do that. How? It's the Collector 2. It should be better handling, I would think. It's supposed to be the upgraded version. I don't know what the heck they upgraded, besides they probably upgraded how worse it is. I mean, what? I mean, look at this. It just drifts the minute I turn. The response time's even worse. Look at this. I'm just hitting everything. I'm gonna literally show you. Like, here's the keys I'm pressing. Yeah, what is this? You're probably thinking, you're being whatever. Again, drive these cars, compare them to the best ones, and you'll be like, yeah, that car is a lot worse. I mean, it's not even, I'm not even trying to be whatever. Like, what is this thing? Like, drifting is okay. And it's funny because it goes faster when it's drifting, which is even, it's just hilarious. And now, it's not capping at like 125 or something, or it's not being that sluggish right now. But say I couldn't escape that car because I go to turn and it's just like, nah. I mean, what is, the acceleration's not terrible. I'm not gonna, whatever. But boost acceleration's okay, but the handling is, I mean, that is bad. If I'm running into an obstacle and I need to turn, it's just gonna be like, So that car is trash. So that is my top 5 worst muscle cars. If you guys disagree, feel free to dislike. I don't really care. And I'll see you guys in the next one.